Filipino Voter Empowerment Project is in conjunction with the Filipino Worker Center, and it is focused on getting Filipino Americans civically engaged by providing them the tools and education about voting, and also having them aware of the various issues that's happening nationally and hopefully in their state or locally.
Alex De Ocampo, a prominent figure here in the Filipino American community in Los Angeles. Hello, and welcome to Jannelle.
Musta, hello, thank you for having me.
Alex, first of all, let me first thank you for everything that you're doing for the community. I know you have always been, civic minded, and not just for yourself, but you're also trying to encourage people around you and communities around you to do the same. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
It is election season. In fact, election has begun. Where do Filipinos fare when it comes to being civic-minded, civic engaged, and really just engaged in voting as well?
Yes, in terms of data in Filipino Americans, AAPI data and Asian and Pacific Islander American Vote, AAPI Vote, released a survey. They just did a national survey that came out in September of 2024, and they surveyed Asian Americans, and they found some very interesting data. Asian Americans have shown like significant increases in voter turnout in these recent elections, right? You could see potentially like an 11-point increase in presidential turnout in 2020. Asian Americans are voting, but however, the FilAm community has one of the lowest voter turnouts, unfortunately. But that is why we're here. We're encouraging and helping change that culture and getting our community involved and aware of their issues no matter where they are in the country.
What do you think are the contributing factors to that? I know as an immigrant and having done this for a while, every election season we talk to people, and one of the reasons that come out a lot is the distrust in government. Also, a lot of the Filipinos here are immigrants, and coming from the election situation and experiences in the Philippines, it's not good for them. And so here, aside from the distrust, there's just, would you say apathy too? That they're just
I wouldn't say apathy. I would say that sometimes they just don't feel connected. And yes, it's culture is one of it. Yes, as I think, from our families, generations of like how they felt about certain situations in, the mother country, right? And that probably might be a factor. It's just not knowing. I think, I always give an example of my mom or my Lola. Whenever they got a piece of mail from the government, it was like a freak out moment, and they would show me and I'd read it. I was like, hold on, don't worry. It's not a big deal. It's the DMV saying that you didn't check a box or something, right? And I think there's a little bit of that disconnect. And I think that went over to our generation, and some people are like, oh no, there's a little bit of distrust, or I'm like scared to get involved or get engaged. So that's why we're here, is to provide them those tools and say it is not that it is important that your voice is heard. People are listening, and these decisions that are made locally or in the state or federally impact our lives, right? And I think other factors like, yes, Filipinos, as there's always that inside joke that we have multiple jobs, are very, very busy. And, but that is where we come in to educate them, saying that it's very easy. Like, for example, in the state of California, it's mail-in ballots. You just get your ballot, and depending on your county, you fill it out and you just drop it in the mail, right? And as opposed to going to a polling booth and waiting in line, there's so many easy ways to get it done.
Alex, you'll be proud of my mom and my dad. They have actually mailed in their ballots already.
Oh, wow, that's great.
And because my youngest brother lives with them, he has also mailed in his ballot. So see, we are getting there, right?
Slowly. Yeah, we're getting there. It's just the culture change. It's educating, getting people involved in a very nonpartisan manner, not telling them who to vote for, just saying how to vote, right? What are some of the steps that you need to take? And once again, it varies from state to state, county to county. So it's always important to know, to check in and to do the research to find out where you can get that information. We created this website. If you go to FVEP.org, FVEP.org, we try to guide them by giving them the proper links and information to go and get that data to be able to vote.
This is very valuable resource that you came up with. What are some of the projects? What can we see? Are you able to, because I know, for instance, there's a lot of propositions on the ballot as well, a lot of bond measures. Is this something that you also explain, pros and cons and all that, via FVEP?
Yes, through the website and through some of our emails and information we put out there is to, once again, vary by state, county by county. And we try to give them the links, the information to see, the pros and the cons. For example, here in California, they publish a book, or it's on the website to be able to read the different propositions, the pros, the cons, who's for it and who's against it.
Right. And so what can you tell our viewers now? Like, why is it important to vote? People, we always hear, it being said, let your voices be heard, or, your ballot, your vote counts. But really, what are some of the ways that you encourage people to use this as a form of, getting their votes to count?
Yes, trying to, once again, it comes really down to education, and, breaking some, changing the culture of, of what the beliefs are, and giving them the opportunities to say, okay, this is my time to really look into it. And once again, encouraging them, because there's so many issues that are on the ballot that are going to impact our lives here in the States, right? Here, wherever you live, if it's LA, New York, Oklahoma, going back to that survey, that AAPI survey, some of the top issues were jobs in the economy, inflation, healthcare, of what the AAPI community is concerned about. And those are big concerns for our Filipino community. And for one is to find ways to meet them where they are. And once again, right here, the phone. Filipinos love social media and our phones. So we have been doing very clever ways of just funny videos or memes or posts on social media to get them to the website or get them the proper information that they need to vote. So it all comes full circle. It's the education, changing that culture of not voting, to understanding that these issues are going to impact our community in such a major way.
Right. And, you can always count on Jannelle, our program. I know we volunteered as soon as we saw the email that, we will run your spots. We will talk about this, because this is also important. October, as you know, is also a significant month for us Filipinos, right? As we celebrate Filipino American History Month. But you know what, guys? When we talk about history, we're not just talking about what has passed, because history, our story, continues.
Absolutely. So I encourage everyone to go to FVEP.org, get information, encourage your FilAm community, your brothers, your sisters, your titas, your lolas, your cousins, your nieces and nephews, or wherever you are in this amazing United States of America, to go out and vote.
I know, Alex, that you've also done, you said the FVEP has been around for a few years, right? Do you see an increase in engagement? Do you see an increase in people clicking on the website?
Yes. When we started doing a lot of our social media engagement, I think it was my sister and Aki's husband who had probably went on the website once, but we started, doing the work of reaching out, going on social media, doing interviews, organizing, and we saw 1,000% increase, and then 2-3, it just went exponentially high. And that's why we have been promoting the website, because it's just a quick way to find some links to get the information you need and to go and vote.
There you have it, guys. FVEP, FVEP dot, is it org or com?
.org, yes.
.org. Information on the screen. Thank you so much, Alex. I have a feeling this is not going to be the last time that we hear from you here on the show. Good luck with everything, and more power to you.
Salamat. Okay, ingat. Okay, bye.